Welcome to the phases of you and I, because just like the moon, we all go through phases. And on this podcast, we talk about the different phases we all go through in life while keeping it real, raw, fun, and entertaining. I'm your girl, Danny K.
And I'm your girl, Sammy Soul.
And on tonight's episode, we are here with Guala Meets World from the 1409 podcast. How are you doing today?
Welcome.
Doing good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, it ain't no problem.
Right, y'all. We're gonna jump right into phase one, which is our affirmation. My affirmation is pretty simple. I trust my journey.
I like
Okay.
that.
My affirmation is I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of nobody or nothing, period.
My
Wow.
affirmation would be go get it.
Oh, I like that. Yes, go get it. That's it. Go get it.
Oh,
No explanation needed. You know what's up.
so y'all, that was the affirmation. We about to phase two, catching up. So how has everybody been doing? How life been treating y'all?
Life and per usual. Outside, hella expensive. Everything just hella expensive.
True. Honestly, I've been good. Like, hey, life been life and just going with the flow. But overall, I've been pretty good.
That's good. Not all of us got on black. Okay, alignment.
Oh, now.
Yes. Okay.
Life for me this past few months been like, I don't know, it's a good experience, you know what I'm saying? Learning a little, experiencing new things that I never experienced before. So
Yeah,
it's been pretty good these last few months.
that's good. That's real good. So how is the dad life? With the new baby? Like that's a big transition.
Yeah, it is a big transition. I think one thing I learned though, like you kind of like have an instinct for it.
Mhm.
You know, like most of the pregnancy I spent like days thinking like, oh man, like what kind of father am I gonna be? Like I don't know, like the first thing about taking care of a baby. But you know, as soon as my little man got here, it's kind of like second instinct. You just kind of know what need to be done.
And you know what's crazy? We get a lot of that from women. Like, we get a lot of women vocalize like how, what kind of mom I'm going to be, like trying to prepare to be a mother, but we don't really get that dynamic from a men perspective, like men preparing to be a father, or where they're at mentally trying to prepare to be a father. And we don't hear men talking about like whether or not they think they're going to be a good dad or not, or how to prepare, what they need to do and stuff like that. So that's good hearing that from a man, getting that perspective from y'all point of view.
And this your first?
Yeah, it's my first son, man.
You got a son?
That's
Yeah,
dope.
he's a little bundle of joy. Yeah.
Look at the smile.
Yes.
I know that's right.
So dope.
That's what's up. Okay, y'all. We're gonna jump right into it. Like, well, before we get into the topic, we're gonna ask Walla to pretty much introduce himself, what he do, and tell us more about the podcast.
So man, I'm Guala Meets World from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? One half of the 1409 podcast.
843.
843, of course. Co-host of the 1409 podcast. Shout out my partner, KT. I'm also an artist, producer, musical engineer, and just recently, me and my boy KT just started a new business venture with trucking. So,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Money. That's dope.
What's up? That's what's up. Hey, y'all. So tonight's topic, we're gonna talk about women and men. We got some questions and different topics that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna dive right into it.
Diving. I'm sorry, like if you see me just outburst Any phrase that I hear, and if I could put a song to it, I'm
I'll
gonna
make
put a song to it.
All right, so it's been a lot of talk, honestly. I've been seeing on the internet about the alpha male, the alpha female, and everybody sharing their opinions on it. So I thought we could talk about it, share our opinions and the thoughts on the alpha male and the alpha female. So,
What's your thoughts on it?
Okay, so I do feel like.
Wait, are you an alpha female? Like, do you consider yourself an alpha female? But okay, go ahead. Because I'm
no, go ahead. What you about to say?
I was gonna say, here's the thing: you don't have to consider yourself an alpha female or not, because it's just a label, honestly.
True.
I just look at a lot of stuff as just labels. That's just me, my perspective on a lot of things. Like, I don't like to over labelize. I don't know if that's a word.
We got you.
Over labelize. If it's not a word, then it's about to be a new word in the dictionary. I don't like to over labelize myself, because at the end of the day, I do what I want to do. I do what works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does that, because I feel like when you over labelize or even just try to label everything, it just becomes like a whole bunch of judgment from other people. Like, it's just like a weird thing that's really heavy in society right now, especially with social media, because you got to be this or that.
And I was gonna say, honestly, when it comes to that, like, I am who I am. Like, the type of person I am, the type of relationship I'm in is gonna determine like what I'm like giving. Like, I wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't label myself an alpha female, but at the same time, I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, I know how to stand on my 10 toes. Like, I know how to stand on my own. So if that makes me an alpha female, and that's what society look at it, like, okay, it is what it is.
Period. I feel the same way, because, like, I'm with an alpha male or whatever, but I feel like when I got to put the alpha female shoes on, I'm going to do that.
When you talk about like alpha and alpha male, I recently like learned of a new category. I think I fit in, like, they call it a sigma male. I think I'm more so of like a sigma male, pretty much meaning like the lone wolf. You know what I'm saying? If I got to be the alpha, I could be the alpha. I could like, you know what I'm saying, make it by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I just know how to, pretty much just like a lone wolf. You know what I'm saying? The lone wolf can hunt by himself, or he can hunt with the pack. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm a sigma woman. Oh, that's what I hear. Okay, say that. Just say that. Okay, I like that. So I'm a sigma woman, if you want to label me. I'm the sigma woman.
Learn something new every day.
Every day.
Okay, so we can lead on to what are things that you think should be looked for in a relationship? I guess the green flags, the red flags.
Everything.
Pretty much.
Freaking.
You got to break down everything. You got to break down
every little detail you could think of. But
go ahead.
You go ahead, Guala.
With me, man, just like experience relationships. I'll say like the first thing is mental stability, man. Like, like the past few years, it's been like a hot topic. Everybody talking about like mental health.
Yeah.
Like your mental well-being in a relationship is important. Like, at the end of the day, if you can't feel like yourself or be yourself, then you're not gonna be your best self in that relationship. So like, just for me, the first thing I look for is somebody that, you know what I'm saying, can help with my mental stability, my, you know what I'm saying? They ain't challenging or making me like question too much. Feel me?
I agree with that.
I
feel like, go ahead, Sam.
Now, I was about to say, some of the things, like you said, mental, somebody that's able to properly communicate. Communication is a big key. And now I think I'm in a space now to where I gotta know if you're on a pretty much what that aligns with the mental. Like, if you're on that journey to healing yourself and wanting better for yourself, like, that is a must. That's a big thing. So if we can't vibrate on the same level when it comes to that, it's an automatically no. We ain't doing it.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. And communication is very big, like being able to communicate, and being emotionally intelligent, like being able to express your emotions. Especially men, like I feel like a lot of women, they deal with men that, don't express their emotions or whatever. And it's slowly but surely getting better for men expressing their emotions. But I feel like being able to express your emotions with your partner, or someone you're getting to know, because I need to know. Like, don't just emotions and I'm just sitting here like, okay. Because one thing about me, I'm expressing my emotions.
Gotta get it out.
I'm gonna let you know.
So I want to ask, mean that we do have a male perspective. Do y'all find it like hard to express yourself, or what makes it so hard for men to want to express themselves?
Man, it ain't hard for a dude to express himself, but you got to look at like how men are raised. You know what I'm saying? Like we're taught to garnish our emotions. You know what I'm saying? Not show them. So like, in order for a man to easily open up to a woman and to express himself, first that woman got to know how to make him feel safe, like emotionally safe. Like I was talking about, like mentally and emotionally safe. Like if he don't feel that in the relationship, then he's not gonna open up. So like, I think it's a big stigma on like men don't share their emotions, but I feel like, even like now, like in my relationship, I ain't saying I do everything perfect, but like it's kind of like I have to work my way up to like expressing myself, which I'm trying to get better to just come out and do it. But it's like I kind of wait until we like in that safe space and then I like express myself. So it's like, as for women, when it comes to like getting your man to communicate, you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta learn that person in and out. You gotta know it, make them feel safe. Maybe they had certain traumas that they, you know what I'm saying, what they dealing with. And you might have to word stuff different. You know what I'm saying? Sam was talking about communication, like, but I like to take it a step further with like effective communication. Because you know what I'm saying? You can communicate all day, but is it effective? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it that way.
And along with communicating is being a good listener as well. Being able to listen and understand, and not just like
listen just to respond.
Right. Listen and understand. But I can definitely see that.
So yeah, it's also been a lot of talk about this. I know a lot of people went viral stating their opinions on being submissive, pretty much saying women don't know how to be submissive or don't want to be submissive. And my thoughts on that is I think women they want to be submissive, but it's not going to be for everybody. It has to be that right person, that right man or whoever they're dating in their lives to be like, hey, I'm willing to do this and that to make sure my man, my spouse is taken care of. So I think when it comes to that, I think a lot of men think that every woman that they come across and every woman that they be with is they entitled to that, like with each person, and it don't work like that.
Laughing now. Do you expect your woman to be like submissive, like when y'all first start, dating, or when y'all first start your relationship, on shenanigans, whatever y'all got going on?
I don't know. I feel like that topic funny because like in a relationship, you both gonna be submissive in ways. You know what I'm saying? I feel like women take it a little bit more personal when a man says
everything
like, and I like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'll take it like more personal when a man says like, not every woman, but majority of the women, they take it like, oh, I'm his slave or something like that. But it's not that. It's back to what we was talking about, like how y'all saying, oh, well, I know how to be the alpha female when I need to. I know how to be, you know what I'm saying, take the back seat. That's submissiveness. You know what I'm saying? You're learning how to submit to your man. And I feel like most women just feel like when you use like submissiveness, they think, oh, he wants you in the house cooking like 4 or 5 meals, keeping the kids. Nah, it's not like grown people don't think like that. I just say it like that. Like the childish mind is still think like that's what submissiveness is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with me watching my son right now, I'm being submissive. Like my girl was submissive this morning when I came off work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was tired. I was like, I'm going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So that's like submissiveness is just like giving to each other needs. You feel me? And if you love somebody, if you want to be with somebody, you're gonna automatically do that, like give into their needs.
And that goes with like love languages. It's like learning your partner's love language, you know, because, you know, I know like we go from dating to dating, from partner to partner until we figure, you know, things out who's the right partner for us. But everybody's love language is different. So you might be with this man or woman and you got to do this and that, but you might hop to the next man or woman and it, you know, things change. They might want something different. So I feel like that also plays in with like learning your partner's love language and not giving them your love language.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like we as people try to love people the way we want to be loved. And, like take the time to learn how they want to be loved.
Mm-hmm. And that's not an easy task. to try to learn somebody's love language and give them what they want instead of what you want is when you can do that. Okay.
And I think overall, when it comes to the word submissive, I think it already got society already put a negative outlook on it. So when people,
I hate social media. They put a negative outlook on everything. Okay.
I can't remember. I want to say her name is Watch Jasmine. When she spoke about being submissive, a lot of people was attacking her, and I was like, she's doing what works for her relationship. She don't mind catering to her man, whatever his needs. Like she's enjoyed that. So I do feel like whenever it comes to your relationship, it's whatever works.
I agree. You gotta, and that goes back to communicating with your partner, knowing what, you know, what they want from you, what they expect, and vice versa, what you want from them and what they expect from, you know, what you expect from them, vice versa. So it's just like learning, like you said earlier, you have to learn your partner.
Yeah, I can't be out trying to receive everything and not willing to give. Don't worry.
And they gave me something.
Sammy, you said something important though. That's like a lot of people's problem though. Like you saying like social media, a lot of people are socially dependent. So you know, they trying to keep up with the Joneses and doing what they like. Real freedom starts when you're able to be like socially independent. You ain't worrying about what social media is saying or what they saying over there. You know what I'm saying? You just here to secure your happiness, secure your bag. That's when like when you get to that point, like when you start getting to that point, you might find yourself like lonely in the beginning, but like it'll make a better you know what I'm saying? And then everything in your life will start to shift when you ain't like worrying about like, oh, what they saying, you know what I'm saying?
I feel it. And it made me think, like, I ain't trying to talk about nobody's relationship, but you know how everybody Will and Jada goes. Now look, everybody treating. Like, I ain't trying to be like them. Like, that's so like how people praise all these celebrities and their relationship, but they don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Right. Like, I don't know if y'all saw Lauryn Hill interview with Angela Martinez, but she was talking about how, you know, her and Nipsey relationship wasn't perfect. She was like, they went through things. And, you know, Angela's like, well, on the outside looking in, it looked like y'all was perfect, looked like y'all was good. And she was like, I mean, we in a relationship, we have our ups and downs, you know, we go through shit, but that shit wasn't perfect. And a lot of people look on the outside. Social media is on the outside. You're on the outside. That's all you see is the outside. You don't see the inside.
I was on a podcast with somebody else. Shout out to Salmon Nice. He said that social media is the new outside. People don't even go outside no more. Social media is the new outside.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's so scary because a lot of relationships don't work because of social media. Because one person posts this, and if you ain't doing that, then you start stuff with your partner like, well, like
all these little trends going around where they texting they significant other, these little trends just to get a rise out of them. Okay, you keep on. You gonna be out of a whole relationship.
Girl, I cannot.
You got to be out of a whole relationship trying to go viral on TikTok. Keep
right. It's a scary world we live in. A scary social media we live in. Because we living in social media. We're not even living in the world anymore. It's social media.
Like, you got it. We live in a metaverse.
Stop. Not seriously. Mark knew what he was doing. He already know what's up. Like he's like, you know what? This is what it is.
How Boosie said it. Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, yeah. All right, so that makes me think. Okay, so who do y'all think cheats more, men or women? Cheating live.
I feel like men cheat, women cheat.
True.
I don't like that question because I feel like it's solely like pointed to the Black community. Like when we say men cheat, everybody mind just think of the Black man.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I really don't like that question. Like I feel like men and women both do they do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I used to say this. Like I feel like men and women both play the same game. They just wear different jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I had to put it in an analogy. But I feel like that specific question, when we say like men cheat more, I feel like that is like trying to shine a light like directly on the Black community.
I feel like men get caught cheating more. y'all slow. Y'all be trying to be slick, but don't be slick.
I think that's what it is.
But I agree. I feel like when the topic men cheat, you know, I feel like it's pointed to Black men. So you don't be like, oh, Asian men cheating or Caucasian men, or
white men. You don't think about that. Your first thought when you say men cheat, you think of a Black man.
A Black man. And I'm glad you say that because I never even like thought like, oh, when we say men cheat, that's just like, and you're speaking for the Black man because that's how y'all feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why that whole little like wave came up when it was like Black men don't cheat, like because that question is like geared directly to like the Black man. Like you said earlier, you ain't thinking about the white man cheating.
Right.
And let me tell you, like them white men get down, especially like the rich white men.
Listen,
like, they, you know what I'm saying? They get down, but
I watch a lot of Lifetime movies.
Listen, y'all, I used to work at a hotel, and let me just say, them white, when they wife go to work, them call girls used to come. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, but I do agree with both of y'all. I just like Danny said, men get caught more. Men just get caught more, but they both cheat.
Yeah.
I feel like men don't go to the extreme to like cover their bases. That's it. That's just it. Like, for example, this is an example. Like, if a dude like flirting with a girl or whatever, he gonna put it on. Like, he might say something on social media. Mm-hmm. Like, he ain't really thinking about like, oh, she ain't gonna be like looking. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I feel like women just do a little bit more to like mask what they doing. It's not that men get caught more. I feel like men just don't try to hide it as much. Like,
I feel like
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like women try to be more strategic with it, but like
they will create a plan. I'm saying they, like I'm not a woman. But you know, women will like create a whole plan, like, you know, step 1, step 2.
Yeah.
Step 3.
Men are, and I do feel like men are just do the action and then try to come up with a plan to cover their ass.
I feel like no matter how strategic y'all are, though, a dude gonna always know. Just like how women always say, like women intuition.
Yeah.
Like a dude know. Like,
and I think that's a human. I don't think it's a men versus women intuition. It's a human intuition.
Yeah.
It's a human intuition because we all are powerful. You know, we all have powers. We all are intuitive. When you can tap into it, you know, you can feel that intuition.
True. And especially if you know your partner, you know something wrong, like you know when they off, you know something up. So you're gonna end up start watching and paying attention even more closely. You can be like, yeah. So hey, y'all just remember, anybody out there cheating, what goes on in the dark gonna come to the light.
Always.
Light. So now we speaking on like cheating. What are some deal breakers? when it comes to relationships or getting to meet someone, whatever the case may be.
Deal breakers.
Like, it's like
I'm gonna let one of y'all go
personal
first.
experience, from my personal experience, or just like in general.
However you feel like you want to answer.
A deal breaker for me is if it's too easy. I know that's probably weird. Like,
What you mean?
That is not weird.
yeah, I feel like, because I mean, all right, like as humans, we appreciate things more than we work for.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the saying, you know, they be like, oh, food tastes better when it's free. But like when you spend your hard-earned money on that food, you don't just want anybody eating it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when you have to put in work for something, it just like make you appreciate it more. So I feel like if it's just like given to me, it's just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like
whatever.
Yeah. I think that's all humans. Like that's just think about like when your parents used to do stuff for you versus when you became an adult. Like when you had to pay them bills, you know what I'm saying? You start cutting the lights off or you start doing other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So.
Say that again, because honey, yeah, the things that
food in the house,
child, and the things that I gotta do as an adult, child me again. Say that shit again. I want to appreciate that all over again.
I'm trying to tell you. That's why I be trying to. Ain't no need telling these younger generations. It's no need to try to rush and hurry up and try to be grown. Like, once you out there, you out there.
It is ghetto. Like, it's really ghetto. What's your deal breaker, Sam?
Hell, it's cheating. That's a no-go.
If they cheated on somebody before you or cheated on you?
Cheated on me.
Okay.
I mean, because I honestly, like somebody before me, like that's their past. So I can't fault them for that because people change. So I can't fault them for that. But if we together and you cheat on me and we already got an understanding of what we are and what we're doing, it's going to be a deal breaker. Like, yeah, that ain't going to work.
Right. I agree.
It ain't going to work.
So this is my question though. Like, you know how earlier we were saying like you got to learn somebody's love language. I feel like it's a bunch of other languages we don't talk about in relationships. So like, I feel like the understanding of cheating should be a language. Do y'all have a understanding what cheating is to you versus what cheating is to him? Do y'all ever talk about that in your relationship?
No.
I ain't never talked about that. That's a good one. I ain't never talked about that in previous relationships. No.
Have you?
Yeah, I definitely talk about it.
Oh, well, I never.
Because I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just for an example, you know what I'm saying? You and your significant other could be out. And I'm just using this as an example, but let's just say a girl walk by.
I'm looking.
And you look at her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to look.
I'm just using this as an example. You know what I'm saying? It's just an example. But you look at her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then that person may feel like, oh, he's cheating on me or thinking about cheating on me.
Right, okay.
Because y'all didn't like, you know what I'm saying? Talk about that to understand, like, that's going to make you feel away.
Right.
I feel like it's important. So you could like, because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? We'd be like, I ain't do nothing. You feel me? Like, I ain't do nothing. Because we didn't talk about like, oh, if I do X, Y, and Z, it's going to make you feel the type of way. But see, if I know X, Y, Z going to make you feel some type of way, then I know and I can try to avoid doing X, Y, and Z.
And I get what you're saying. And I also feel like, this is just my personal opinion, when you're in a relationship with somebody, we're human. Our eyes are going to wander. So when it comes to my partner looking at somebody, I'm not going to feel no type of way because 9 times out of 10, I probably noticed the chick before he noticed her. So I'm the type of like, hey, babe, look. So I feel like, and when it comes to men are visual people, visual beings. So that's what attracts them. Most men, I ain't gonna say all of most men, they are gonna be visual. So when it comes to that, I think people, I ain't gonna say people overreact, but you know, we got to understand that we're all human and the eyes are going to wander.
I feel like we as people, like, we're made to like communicate and connect, you know what I'm saying? And even though we with that person that we want to like build a life with and live forever with, that doesn't stop us from connecting and communicating with other people. It may not be on that level, but so like you can have, like you say, visual connection. You know what I'm saying? You could be walking and you ever been walking in the store and you lock eyes with somebody and y'all had like a whole conversation with your eyes. Like y'all ain't said nothing to each other, but it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all that's like connecting. That's the human experience. Every human is gonna do that.
That's that.
So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta like understand like people being human, and that's what's gonna happen versus like taking it as like he thinking about it or she thinking about it or they, you know what I'm saying? Because it's natural. Like people, we as beings, we gonna connect and we gonna communicate.
Right.
You can try not to, you know what I'm saying? You can't even try not to. It's just gonna happen.
That's true.
Super true. So Sam, since you brought this up, that cheating is your deal breaker. What is cheating? Like when you say cheating is your deal breaker, what they gotta do? In from your perspective, in your eyes, that's like, oh, he or she cheating.
To a certain extent, like first of all, if you're being physical with another person, that's automatically a cheating for me. When it comes to conversations, I'm kind of iffy on that. But as long as like, when it comes to conversations, I wouldn't mind my partner having a normal conversation with another female. Like that's not gonna bother me. What will bother me and make me feel some type of way is when those conversations go left, start crossing boundaries, start talking about as far as like the plans that they have for each other and things like that. So when those conversations, pretty much start crossing those boundaries, then that's a no-go.
What's the boundaries though? Like crossing what boundaries?
Okay. For one, like if you're gonna be talking sexual, like send like
send me a pic, like
that when it comes to that, because to me, I feel like that's real disrespectful. Because me personally, I'm the type of person the phase I'm in my life now, like if me and my partner openly communicate like, hey, from time to time we want to bring somebody in, we would have that option. So for you to go outside of me and not have that conversation with me and then go have it with somebody else, I feel like you're being sneaky and hey, what decided? That's how I'm gonna look at
it. So check this out though. You have a problem with your significant other watching porn?
No. Like if it like I would watch porn with my significant other, but I also feel like if they're becoming obsessed with it, like we need to get some help. We got to do something. Because it's no way every 5-10 minutes you sitting at a laptop or at a computer watching porn. Like, come on, long as it's not obsessive. Like, do your thing.
So like your significant other gonna search porn off of what he like. What's the difference of allowing him to watch porn versus asking a female for a picture?
Or naked picture. He said he about to dive into the topic, okay? Oh,
I'm just curious.
Because look at it, like the porn, it is, you're on a computer. 9 times out of 10, you're not about to meet that person that you're watching.
I feel like porn is just me watching a movie.
Yeah, like, so I would rather my significant other, whether he's looking up the complete opposite of what I am, I'd rather him get on porn and do that versus going out asking some chick that he has the possibility of meeting.
Because if he's asking this bitch for a picture, that means he's trying to hit. That means it's a next step.
Not necessarily. I ain't saying like 9 times out of 10. Yeah, but I'm not saying that maybe he want the picture to, you know what I'm saying, get his rocks off.
So why you can't
see something he like and you want to get his rocks off?
I'll make you hard no more.
Exactly. Like, why
you said what?
I said, why he get asked my picture? I don't make him hard.
I mean, it's the same concept of porn, though.
Let me
No,
know.
I don't agree with that one.
Yeah, I don't either.
You don't think so?
Nah,
I feel like it is.
So if your woman, do you allow your woman to like watch porn? Like, is that something that you would be okay with?
Her watching porn?
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about it, but I mean, I'm sure she do. Mm-hmm.
But would you be okay with that? Like, does that bother you?
A little bit, like slightly. You feel me? Like me, as a man, it kind of bothers me. Not just like, because I feel like I'm like intense with my emotions. So I feel like if I'm with her, I should be everything she needs. You feel me? Like that shit. You don't need none of that. You feel me? Like,
Right.
that's how I feel. Like low key, I be feeling like I'm still like that hopeless romantic. You feel me? Like,
Okay, so if she's asking a guy for a naked picture, do you feel that same way, or is it like you feel more like it's like don't do that?
I mean, I feel like if she doing that, like we, you know what I'm saying, if we get to that point, we already like went bad. You feel me? Like it's something before that should have been fixed. If we ever get to that point, you know what I'm saying? But like, of course, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm gonna like it. Hell no, I ain't gonna like it. You feel me? But I'm just saying I get that same like feeling when it's like she gotta like watch porn by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to watch it, let's watch it together.
Right.
And
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You get your ass off. You feel me? But like you said, it's like you watching a movie, right? Yeah.
Always doing that by yourself. So that's the same thing Sam said. Like, if we doing it together, it's fine. But doing it by yourself, or what?
Because why?
Because why?
Yeah.
And I ain't even lie, like that's so like when it comes to what we was just talking about as far as like sending the pictures and you gotta, I do feel like, it'll make people question like, what am I not doing to satisfy my partner? Like what is, and like for some, you start getting, hey, am I doing something wrong? You start placing the blame on yourself when in reality, it has nothing to do with you. It's just, everybody's gonna make the decision. Everybody has that opportunity to avoid temptation and lust. I put it like that. So
I feel like I'm not gonna say like the other person should blame themselves, but before like I feel like in anything, not just this topic, but like in a relationship, before you decide to like point that finger and like say anything like to place blame, you definitely do need to look at yourself first. Because like if y'all got a bond like how a bond's supposed to be, like, you know what I'm saying? It's something, like I said, it's something that leads, you know what I'm saying? Something that leads to the downfall. A downfall just don't happen. You feel me? Like you got to look at the stuff around it that's making the spiral go downward. You know what I'm saying? You just don't, you know what I'm saying? You just don't fall. You feel me? You wobble first. You feel what I'm saying? So like, you got to look at that stuff. And I mean, it's signs there, but like we said earlier in the show, if you don't have like effective communication, like you ain't gonna know that. You feel me? Like if you don't like make your significant other feel safe to express themselves, you're not gonna know that. You feel me? Like it's a lot of work. Like relationships, a lot of work.
Come on, baby. It's a whole job.
They ain't for the week. Yeah.
It's a whole job because
y'all enjoy it.
You said what?
I said both of y'all in relationship, y'all enjoy it.
It is a whole job, honey.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Like you said, I mean, it ain't perfect, but
no. And
it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's
nobody's perfect. We all are humans, and we're all here for an experience. And while we're here on Earth, you better experience while you can, because once you transition, that's it.
That's all.
That is it. So while you're in that relationship, make it the best experience with your partner, and enjoy life.
I want to say, speaking of like, for those people out there who's single like myself, don't rush yourself to get in a relationship. Like, I know a lot of people try to rush and be like, you know what, I need to be in a relationship. At this point, you need to be working on yourself, getting yourself together so you can prepare yourself to be in a relationship and learn how to love that person the way that they should be loved, or you know what I'm saying? Like, but work on yourself. Don't be in a rush.
Don't be
It's no
scared of date. Don't be
like,
afraid.
enjoy your life.
A lot of people ain't gonna be good. Basically, what you're saying, Sam. Like a lot of people ain't gonna be good in relationships because they don't know how to be in relationships with themselves.
Ooh,
I
that's
feel
a
like
whole
the first
word.
step, like for real, the first step of being in a relationship, you got to be in a relationship with yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to know you. You got to, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't like. It's like what I'm saying. Like we said earlier, like people are socially dependent, so you're not gonna know who you are. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like once you're socially dependent, you're gonna always have an identity crisis. You're not gonna know who your true self is because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're trying to follow the trends. You're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to do everything that you see other people doing. And a lot of that stuff, it may go against like your moral compass, but you won't know that because you ain't in that relationship with yourself and you haven't found the strength to become like socially independent.
I agree. I
I
definitely
agree. I remember when I first got in this relationship, my partner asked me what was my love language. I couldn't even answer that. And not even because like I've never been a relationship type girl. I used to date. It just never worked out. So like finally being in a relationship as an adult is like, okay, what is my love language? What do I expect for a man? And how can he help? Like, how can he provide for me within whatever my love language is or whatever? So like actually being in a relationship and, you know, navigating and experiencing with him, I finally realized, okay, I like this, but I don't like that. I like when he do this, but I don't like when he do that. So that's another thing. Like if you like me and, you know, haven't been in relationships like that and you're just dating, from my experience, don't be hard on yourself when, you know, you do get in a relationship and a lot of things. Because like Wada said, it's not easy and it's not for the weak, but you just have to really know yourself, learn yourself, learn your partner, and, you know, try to mix those things together, what you like, what you don't like, and what he don't like, and try to make that work for each other. Because it's two humans together. It's two humans, two experiences or whatever. And, you know, y'all want different things. Y'all like different things. So it's like, how can we combine what we like and dislike and, you know, enjoy this experience on earth together?
I feel that.
Thanks.
But it's not easy, but it's easy and it's fun. And, you know, it's an experience. Like everything we do in life is an experience. And you just have to enjoy it. You have to learn and you have to grow through it. Like Lauryn Hill said, like, I don't want to fall in love. I want to grow in love. You know what I'm saying?
I like that saying.
He said that I want to grow. Like, let's grow together. Let's love each other. Let's grow and learn each other.
That's crazy. I think I'm at that point. Like,
yeah,
I like that saying too, because it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel the pressure, like, you know what I'm saying? My girl want me to fall in love, but it's like, I'm over that. Like, I just, like you said, I want to grow in love.
right.
That's dope. I like that.
Because like looking at it from my perspective, I feel like falling in love is selfish because you never know what happens. You never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know if, you know, that relationship is or not going to work. If someone may transition, like, you know, so it's just like when you fall in love, it's like it's just that, like that's it. I don't want nothing else or nobody else, or at some point you may or may not work out. So when you don't work out, what is going to happen? Is that it? You don't want nobody else? You just in love with that person? And that's why it's so hard for people to move on.
I was about to say, like, growing,
they fall in love, grow.
It teaches a lot. Like, with any relationship that you are in or about to enter, you're put in that position to learn something from, whether it's a good outcome, a bad outcome, you're still putting that, because at the end of the day, you can look back and say, you know what? I learned this about myself. I learned that I like this. I learned that I don't like this. I learned that I need to raise my standards. Whatever the case may be, like, you learn, it's a growing and learning experience. It's a lesson. So I like that. Growing not fall in love.
I learned so
So
much
like,
about myself being in this relationship. Like, it's just like, wow, like you really learn a lot.
What you about to say, Koala?
I was just about to say, I feel like I learned a lot too in
Yeah.
my relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and still learning. I think somebody said like, once you stop learning in a relationship, then you know what I'm saying, you don't need to be there no more. Because a relationship is always about learning.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
I forgot what I was about to say. I had something to say, but I forgot what I was about to say. That's that Chardonnay. That Chardonnay kicking in.
That Chardonnay.
And that Chardonnay kicking in, baby.
Oh yeah, we're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up, boys. Switch it up.
Oh, I'm gonna ask this: Why do some men
And women.
you right? Why do some men and women? Why do a lot of people feel like the need to front in front of their friends?
Socially dependent. They socially dependent.
Drops mics. Exit stage left.
That's just pretty much the simple answer. Keeping up with
it's socially dependent.
Like trying to impress people, and at the end of the day, your relationship is lacking. It's on a thread.
Mm-hmm.
It's over pretty much. So honestly, if you out there trying to put it on the front, you might be losing out on your soulmate. You might be losing out on a really good person that, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because like a lot of relationships that, a lot of these social media relationships is putting on the front, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see so many social media influencers, YouTubers, like we together, and next thing you know, I hate this person, like this hard down bashing, but you were just with them. You know what I'm saying? I just hate when, you break up with someone and you have to bash them. I do not believe in that at all. Like, let's have a peaceful breakup. We tried, we experienced, it didn't work out. It's time for us to go our separate ways, because sometimes, like you said, Sam, sometimes we're just there for a season. Sometimes we're there to just learn and grow at that moment. And God wants us to be with that person for a reason in that moment. But when it's time for us to separate, baby, just take that as an experience. Just take that as, as you learn and you grew in that experience, and go to the next experience and use what you learn. Take it on to the next one. But you don't have to bash the next person. They don't have to be this and that. Like, but no, y'all be going crazy.
I got a song about that. I told you I'm an artist, so I got a song. It's called Sunken Ships.
Ooh.
Sunken Ships.
Yeah.
Gotta listen to it.
Yes.
Definitely gonna listen to it.
You on Apple Music?
Yeah, I'm on everything.
But y'all make sure, what's your name on Apple Music?
Walla Meets World. It's all one
Y'all
word.
make sure y'all go to Walla Meets World, download his music, subscribe to him, and listen.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
I lost my train of thought just now.
Oh, we were talking about, putting on a front in front of your friends and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that ain't cool. That ain't cute. That's just my simple thought on, like, it's no need.
Mm-hmm. It ain't.
What's the point? If you're gonna put on a front in front of your friends while you're with your man or your woman, there's no point in you being in that relationship.
When you do that in front of your man or your woman, oh baby. Now I'm gonna cut you.
That's some bold ass shit. Like you bold.
What? What are we doing, sir? Are you serious?
That's a bold ass shit right there.
Ooh, child.
But at the end of the day, the people that do that, you know what? They're just not mentally mature enough to even be in a relationship. Like, you don't have that mentality. So you need to be by yourself.
Yeah, that's toxic. Because my thing is, do you ever get tired of that? Do you get tired? Like, I'm just at a space in my life where I just want peace and happiness. Like, I want all that drama. No, none of that. I don't want to fight. We can have our disagreements, but I don't want to fight. I don't. You won.
But it's still crazy that it's a lot of people, when you speak of being toxic, it's a lot of people out here still in 2020 that love that toxic shit.
In 2020?
2022.
Or you 2 years behind?
She talking about the whole decade. She's talking about the whole decade. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 2020 to 2029. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that. We ain't doing it.
Girl.
2022. Like, but it's still people out here that's really on that toxic shit, and that shit is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I
nah.
don't know. I feel like
What you feel like? Cause you've been a little quiet over this little conversation.
no, I feel like it's easy for people to just scream like something toxic or somebody toxic. Man, like every toxin in the world got to be made. I'll say it again, every toxin in the world has to be made. Nothing just come out toxic. You feel me? And that go for people, the way people act. Like,
right.
Nobody just woke up this morning toxic.
Right.
Something had to push them or make them toxic. You feel me? So I just feel like I feel like we as people too, like we gotta stop like trying to throw the blame so we don't have to look at ourselves. Like that shit just cause it's easy to be like, oh, that shit toxic. And not think about the toxic shit you did or you know what I'm saying?
I know I did some toxic shit. You ain't gotta tell me once, twice, or 3 times in the name of Jesus Christ. I done did some toxic shit. Slice a nigga tires. I done did some shit, honey. But you know, that's where you learn and grow and you heal from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I did that shit, but you know, I learned from that shit and I heal from that shit. Like, I know that I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to that person that I was. Yes. So it's all about like, you know, learning that shit that you did and not taking that to the next step or the next phase in your life.
Yeah, I agree. We
all been toxic before.
I know a toxic.
I ain't been toxic. I'm an angel, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be the main one.
I'm an angel. No, I'm joking.
Everybody done something toxic. Like,
and I know you done did some crazy shit before.
In the mix
of me?
Yeah, you never.
Ain't cool.
Never.
Yeah, I done did some crazy shit.
Okay. Because them high school days, play with me.
Listen. All right. So I'm gonna ask y'all, of course, we all gonna answer it. How has your childhood affected you as a man and a woman? Like, how has that affected like how you view relationships, view people, or make you choose the person that you want to be with or desire, if all that made sense?
Yeah. That shit had everything to do with my decisions. Like growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like firstly, my biological mom and dad wasn't together. My dad was married to another woman. You feel me? Like my relationship with my biological mother wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? I ended up living with my dad. You know what I'm saying? Ever since like I was like 9, 10. So that, you know what I'm saying? It just took like, just seeing like all the battles they went through, the arguments, you know what I'm saying? Even the relationship my dad had with his wife, seeing everything. I feel like that, you know what I'm saying? It plays a part of everything, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about like the toxicity, like just everything, you know what I'm saying? With seeing the alpha woman role and being okay with it, like seeing all that, I feel like that should play every part of me, like being in a relationship.
So for me, I grew up in a single parent home. Saw my mother married twice, divorced twice. Dad was there but not there. Financially, yes, but mentally, emotionally, physically, no. So just like I think that kind of like played a part in the reason why I'm not pressed about being married. I don't like some women, you know, like they just have to be married. Like I'm gonna get married. Like I'm just like, if it happens, if I get married, just know. I just feel like, you know, we supposed to be together. But if I don't, like, I don't press, you know, being married or whatever. Which is why I don't, you know, I'm not pressed about having kids because I just want my child's father to be the father that I never had. Like if I have a kid and my child's father is like my father, then I think I will be, I'll feel like I'm living through that all over again.
Gotcha.
I feel like I'm living through that all over again because a lot of people don't know, like if your parents have been in your life your whole life, a lot of people don't know that for me as a child, it didn't really affect me as a child. But as I became an adult, that's when it started hitting. Like why? Why? And then like seeing him with his family, like his wife and his other kids, there for his other kids at every school event, every event that they have, doing so much for them. It's like, why can't I be in a number? So I don't want my child to go through what I went through, not having a father in their life. So I'm just like, okay, I'm good on the kids.
I feel it.
I'm real good on the kids. And, I feel like that affected me in relationships because, I didn't have a male figure consistently in my life. I had my granddaddy, but he was in New York. So it was like only when I went to New York on summers and when I did move to New York when I was in junior high school, and then when I moved back to South Carolina and then went back to New York after college, it was like, then that's when I started getting that, I started feeling more of a father figure from him. And then, my uncle, when I was staying with him and my aunt throughout my high school years and middle school years, I saw him as a father figure. So it was never like a consistent father figure in my life. So I feel like my relationship with men play a part on that as well, because I don't want to say that because, everybody's different. But for me, not having that father figure, kind of like, I looked at men differently, like as they like, well, I used to look at men as like, okay, you only here for a certain amount of time and then that's it.
It's harder for you to respect men.
Not for me to respect men, because I love men. I grew up around a lot of guys. Like I have 3 brothers, a whole bunch of male cousins. So that has never been like me respecting men. But I always expected men to like come and leave.
Gotcha.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So like during my shadow work, I realized that was a problem. And I finally let a man in. I was like, okay, it's okay, girl, relax. Relax.
So for me, me seeing both my parents, they wasn't together by the time I got older, but me seeing both of them being married, well, they both been married 3 times each. And my outlook on marriage, honestly, not in no rush. Honestly, where I'm at now, not saying it may change. I'm definitely not in no rush. I'm not pressed. I feel like at this point in my life, I can have a life, whatever the term is, a lifelong partner. Like, and if I do get married, I only want it to happen one time. I only got one in me, one marriage in me. One and done. So me seeing that made me, I ain't even gonna lie, in the past, I followed some of those same cycles and found myself in relationships that I know I shouldn't have been in. Mm-hmm. But the person that I am now, it makes me realize what I want, what I deserve, and how I'm not about to settle for the bare minimum. So, and as Danny said, doing that shower, it made me realize a lot, like, because hell, I always look at relationships, or used to look at relationships like, you know what, maybe it ain't meant for me. I always thought like, you know what, I'm meant to be single for the rest of my life. I ain't finding nobody. And I had to change that narrative. Like, you know what, it's how I pretty much am treating myself as to why I am attracting the people that I'm attracting. Mm-hmm. Once I change how I treat myself and the things that I'm doing myself, then I'm going to vibrate towards something that is better for me. Hey, and that's Hondo. Woo. Come on. So that's where I'm at now. So when people ask me that question, saying, why are you single? Why you been single for 7 years? 7 years. Baby, 7 years.
you ain't been single for 7 years.
I've been single.
You had some sneaky leaks. They count. You had some sneaky leaks for 7 years. You had some situations in between 7 years.
That's not
count. But those situations, I'm still single.
I'm still single.
You occupied at that point. You're not single.
I'm
You were
occupied
not
as a
single.
single woman.
I occupied as a single woman because I was
Occupied as a single woman.
granted in some of those situations we did have agreements. Like I ain't gonna lie, like, hey, I'm only messing with you, you only messing with me. But at the same time, whenever you feel like you want to go outside and do something else, let me know. So hey, whatever we have going on can come to a halt.
See, but if you single, nothing should have to come to a halt. So you occupied. You're not single. You occupied. I feel like we look at.
I'm occupied as a
man.
single woman because I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. Not separated. I am single. On an application, it doesn't say occupied.
All right. It's like we got to learn to like look past the illusions too. I heard y'all talking about marriage. I'm sorry I was silent. My son was like crying, whatever. But so like man, like I was saying in my household, like my dad was married to another woman, my stepmom. And another thing too, like my dad and stepmom was like real religious. So you know what I'm saying? They push like marriage heavy.
Oh no, yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that I don't want to be married, but like I feel like if you in a relationship, you already doing like marriage stuff. Like the marriage part, air quotes around marriage part, is just the technical like business side of it. That's how I look at it. So like
I always look at marriage that way, and and I forgot what I was about to say. But I always like look at marriage as like, because like what me and my boyfriend do, like it's like we do, like we're married or whatever. But I always look at marriage as like it's business, and I tell people that all the time.
That's what it is.
Thanks. It's definitely, but I mean, it's like I think like with me looking at my dad's marriage, and you know what I'm saying, just like experiencing a relationship like how the one I'm experiencing now, like it just like opened my eyes to so much like that we don't learn from like watching our parents. You know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say we don't learn. We kind of know like it's easier to do things with a partner, but we don't learn the how to make it easier with your partner. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm learning like with this relationship right now. I feel like that's why it's so good and it's working out, because like me and my girl both are learning how to make it easier for one another. And like, it's good, man. I ain't got no gripes. I love it here. Honestly, I love it here.
And I love Black love. I love seeing, you know, Black people in love with each other. And I'm not saying that I'm against marriage or against having kids. If it happens, it happens. Like when I was younger, I just knew I was going to have a lot of kids. I was going to be married, da, 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 da. But I just want to have a child to the right person. Even if we don't work out, I know that you still want to be a dad and a father to my child. Or like, even if we get married and we don't work out, we could like separate peacefully. Like, you know, it didn't work out for us. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's time for us to like move to our next phase in our life, or, you know, experience something different. And you know, it's okay, because not all marriages work out. And, you know, some marriages last for years. My grandparents, they were married for like 50 some years. So it's just like, sometimes it work out, sometimes it don't. But I just want to be married to the right man, that I know that if it doesn't work out, we could peacefully separate, divorce each other.
Out of curiosity, you ever asked your grandma how she kept one man for 50 something years?
Girl, she cook and clean and wash everything.
That's what she said?
No, I know that's what she do, but you know, my grandmother, she was born in the 40s. She was a housewife. Like, she didn't have to work. Like, I think she worked like up until like she was like 40 something years old. But after that, she's just a housewife. She took care of all her kids. My grandmother had 9 kids, a whole bunch of foster kids, a whole bunch of adopted kids. So, you know, she was just a caretaker in general. Like, she took care of everybody's child. She cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like my granddaddy wasn't leaving that. I'm getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you take care of my children. And I got 9 kids with you.
He ain't going away.
You think it was just all about that?
No, I don't think it was all about that. But I never even asked that question. So I wouldn't even know like if it was more, or what's more, what's more tea about them, why she stayed so long. Or why he kept her for so long. But he just recently passed away in 2020. So now she out in the streets.
You asked that question, it just made me think. I wish I had that opportunity because both of my all my grandparents are dead on both sides. I wish I had that opportunity to even ask them because, like on my mom's side and my dad's side, they've been married for 40, 50 something years. So it makes me think. Like I wish I had that opportunity to ask, like, how did y'all last so long? Like what it worked.
And you know what we do too? We look at our parents' marriage and base shit off that, but we look at our grandparents' marriage like the holy grail of marriage, but they've been married so long. But like if you ever get a chance to like sit down and talk to one of your grandparents, they'll tell you like it ain't how we think it is or how we make it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know I'm guilty of that. I'm not saying everybody is, but like, you know what I'm saying? We try to nitpick and learn everything from our parents' marriage, but we don't even like think about our grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Like Sammy said, hers deceased, but like while they were living, we never thought about like their marriage, and learn stuff from their marriage. You know what I'm saying? I was just curious if you ever asked that.
I don't know if I'm correct about this, but maybe it's because, back then, women really relied more on their husband to support them. Women played the role of I'm a cook, I'm a clean for my man. I'm gonna do what I need to do because I know my man is out here working hard and he's providing for our family. And they feel like it's their job to, do those things to make sure, the family is good, to make sure the kids are eating, to make sure my man comes home to a full meal, don't have to worry about, what Lil Bobby or Lil Jane doing or whatever. Cause I got that. But can't speak. I feel like that's the baby boomers, but I can't speak for them. I can't speak for the Gen Zs and the late baby boomers, but for millennials and the Gen X and late baby boomers, but these millennials and Gen Zs, baby,
they different.
We different.
They different.
And like you said,
I don't even think it's that, man. I think it's more so like too. Oh man, the black man, like you get like so demoralized, like by everybody, like you know what I'm saying. And I feel like it wasn't the fact that our granddads or you know what I'm saying had to work, and you know what I'm saying. I just feel like the black man back then still had his dignity. You know what I'm saying? The world still saw him as a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we like the only race, like we don't really get looked at as a man. They look at us as boys. You feel me? Just because of like how America and the system and all this played into, you know what I'm saying? You could start talking about like during that time there wasn't really no Section 8 houses. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But around the time like our parents and stuff started growing up, you know what I'm saying, the government started issuing these new assistive programs and stuff like Section 8. Not saying anything is bad about that. If you need the assistance, you know what I'm saying, get it. But just got to realize what it did to the black man in America. You feel me? It made him irrelevant. Yeah. Now the government giving you assistance to do this and they got rules and stipulations. And one of the rules and stipulations are you can't have a man
inside that home.
You can't have a black man, inside the home. So like, the black man is just like stripped of his manhood in a sense, not necessarily saying his manhood, but like that's when it really started of like marriages and like problems with marriages. Like, you know what I'm saying? The black woman don't even like value her black man anymore because of a lot of stuff. Back then, it wasn't the fact that, the women were so admirable and they needed their men to you know what I'm saying, provide for them, because I'm pretty sure even back then they probably had single women, you know what I'm saying, single woman households who were providing for her children. But the black man was valued back then, like in that time frame.
Right.
Now, you know what I'm saying, the black man, he ain't really like, he don't really have his value like how he did back then. I feel like that's why, you know what I'm saying, our grandparents' marriages were able to last so long. And then like, even tying into the stuff we were saying earlier, like our grandparents still ain't on social media. You know what I'm saying? They're not socially, you know what I'm saying? They socially
They talking about
independent in a
doing this and
sense.
that man doing that, and they ain't taking no post and
Yeah,
running with it like bam, husband, or what.
facts. They, you know what I'm saying?
Social media
I
say
feel like
that.
we like the Black community got to get back to like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Even with we started talking about like being toxic, I feel like just the whole presence of like social media is just toxic on a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you ain't even trying to, like you could be like strolling down, you know what I'm saying, social media, and you see something and like that shit could be toxic as hell, and then you will end up doing it, not even like, because subconsciously you feeding your mind that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we got to learn, like get back into like, firstly, giving the Black man his value back, but understanding like for our Black queens, y'all got to like trust that it's Black men out here that know how to value his woman too. And I feel like in the midst of the Black man losing his value, women now feel like he don't know how valuable they are. Like we don't know how valuable they are. Like it's Black men out here that know how valuable their Black queens are, but do y'all, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all value the Black man like y'all should? And the answer is, for the majority, no. Like, and that's why people don't stay married. You know what I'm saying? And they.
Man,
that's just my
I see
opinion.
so many people our age get married and divorced in the next year or the next 2 years. I'm just like, oh, baby.
I don't think when it comes to marriage, like we both have said, I think people really don't give it that thought. Like they don't really put too much thought about it. They're so more
because I think marriages are perfect.
Yeah, they're focused on the title. They ready to say, I got a husband, I got a wife, I got a ring. But at the end of the day, like, did you really sit down and have those conversations with your partner on the things that y'all value out of life? Like, do y'all want kids? Do you want kids? Like, religious, whatever it is. Like, are y'all really sitting down having those type of conversations? Are y'all still stuck on what's your favorite color? Like for real. Like, and that's why I feel like a lot of marriages these days don't work. People don't want to communicate. They, men and women, they really don't want to communicate. A lot of people out here, it's just like they forget, and Danny spoke about this earlier. They forget that it takes two to be in a relationship. You're not you don't have to just worry about yourself. Like now you have to worry and be willing to compromise and make sacrifices for another human being and taking considerations their feelings and how they feel about something, how they will see things.
And so that's something that I had to learn because I've been single for so long. So all I know is about me. Like, so when I did get into this relationship, like I never thought like, okay, it's not just me no more. You know what I'm saying? And now that we living together, girl, it's definitely not me no more or whatever. So it's like him even expressing, you know, how he feel about that and me looking at it from my perspective and his perspective and seeing like, okay, where do I need to work? Like what area do I need to work in? And realizing like, you know, instead of like just like, oh, you doing too much, you're being dramatic. You're like looking like, what am I doing? Like looking at the things that I'm doing and analyzing it and figuring out like, how can I, you know, be a better person for this relationship? How can I, you know, I don't know how to word this. How can I not be so selfish, basically? How can I not be so selfish and like really understanding that, you know, it's just not all about me anymore.
See, you starting to learn the value of the Black man.
Yeah.
And that's submissiveness right there. That's all men be talking about.
See, I ain't
you
even
that's it.
I'm a very observant person. And sometimes like even when I'm critiqued by my partner, I may not say nothing, but when I get by myself, that shit is in my head. I'm just like, okay, what did I do? What am I doing? I just be looking at that shit because sometimes we do shit that we don't realize that we're doing to our partner. And we just like think that they just being dramatic or they're overreacting because, you know, we have to take their feelings in consideration. We have to take how they feel into consideration, especially if we're trying to be with them. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even gonna lie, being single for so long, and I do feel like when I get into another relationship, my next relationship, I'm not even gonna front and say I'm gonna be on it, because it's gonna be hard for me to have that transition to be like, you know what, because it's right now it's just all about me. So, and I feel like it has to be the right person to understand, like, hey, listen, bear with me. I'm gonna try, but you're just gonna, bear with the kid.
And vice versa.
I feel like, Sammy, I ain't trying to attack you, but I feel like, don't say you're gonna try, just say you're gonna do. Because like
I feel like
I was about to say that. Sam
I
knows
feel-
her with these I ams.
yeah.
Because somebody said something about me, like all right, so recently, like, you know what I'm saying, we talked about it earlier the show, like me and my boy KT started our own business or whatever. So like I was gonna hold on to my corporate America job, you know what I'm saying, just to like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just have it for backup. And then somebody said, like, don't think like that. And I was
Hey,
like, what you mean? Don't do like that. I was like,
you're speaking to
he was
me.
like,
Oh my
and
goodness.
he's like, I was like, why? It's like, because if you do that, you ain't gonna go as hard in your hustle as you need to, because you always gonna feel like you got something to fall back on. And that's the same thing with you, Sammy. You know what I'm saying? You done became okay with like being with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As a human, you ain't made to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So because you became okay with that, when a chance of a relationship comes, you gonna say, I'm gonna try. And it's gonna always be in the back of your mind that you okay by yourself. So just say you're gonna do it and do it. If it's somebody you really like somebody you know what I'm saying, you taking interest in, you feel like it's a connection there, like both of y'all gotta work to make it stronger. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen by itself, but you gotta be able to put 100% into it.
I
That's
feel
true.
that. Because I remember having moments in the beginning where I was like, even one little disagreement or anything, I'm like, nope, that's it. I realized, girl, it's okay. Y'all gonna have disagreements. It is okay, but it's how you guys work through that disagreement.
It's true. I feel that.
How you gonna work through that disagreement? Like it's been moments where I was just like, yeah, I'm just meant for myself, and like you said, you got to change your mindset from that. Like if you meant for yourself, then you just gonna be for yourself. But if you want to have that relationship with a partner, then say that, do that, be that, and do what you gotta do.
I feel that. I agree with all that.
Cause your mind gonna trick you into some things now. You gonna trick you into some things, okay?
You gotta be mindful. So honestly, the last thing, we pretty much talked about it this whole time. As far as like opening up, like how men and women, how we feel about opening up. Do we got a fair shot? So we pretty much covered that throughout this whole time we were talking. So I want to ask, do anybody else have any other little things to say on the topic of men and women before we move on?
He's smiling.
Wow, you look like you got something.
Oh yeah, I got something to say.
Nah, just man, work on your social independence. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody. I'm still working on mine.
Yeah.
I got to a level, but just keep working on your social independence. Mm-hmm. You have a whole different outlook on life, and you have a better life.
Yes, Ashe.
And I'm gonna add to that, like, just be comfortable and enjoy where you at in your life, whether you're single or in a relationship. Enjoy it, live in the moment, and be happy and do your best as far as evolving and growing with yourself, within yourself, or even with a partner. Like,
I agree with that. And I just also want to add that don't overthink, don't overanalyze, just communicate.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
So,
we're going to move right along to phase 4, which is what's tea in the streets? What's tea in the streets?
What's tea in the streets? What you got?
So, yeah, your boy Kanye West is back in the news.
Yeah, he always. What's new?
Kanye West is being sued by his production company for over $7 million in unpaid concert costs. So they want their money.
And they want it now.
They want it now. 7 unpaid. Kanye, you got it.
They better call JG Whitworth. Leave my boy out of
here. I am dead.
Kanye, them folks not playing. So if you told them that $7 million, don't give it up because you got it. What's y'all tea in the streets? Cause
you know that what's tea in the streets is hard for me because I don't be like that. I just be.
It took me a minute to find out.
Okay, I know Lil Boosie got arrested and he just went on his video. He was just talking his shit. So he got stopped for a traffic ticket or whatever. I don't know like if he was speeding or what the traffic ticket was about, but I know he was just talking shit to the officer, talking about he gonna do this and that. So Lil Boosie out here acting out. Y'all know how Lil Boosie get. When Lil Boosie want to say something, he gonna say something. When he want to do something, he gonna do something.
Yeah,
he gonna more character. Okay,
that man is gonna speak his mind.
He talking about I'm gonna show them how I get down when I get locked up. How you gonna show them? What you gonna do? He said he gonna show them how he get down when he get locked up. But he was on the camera, he was talking mad shit. Like he was talking his shit with the cuffs on.
Boosie, he don't care. That man gonna speak on his mind. He gonna speak his shit.
I'm gonna say something else. I saw this video of Chris Brown. Y'all saw the video of Chris Brown dancing in the restaurant, everybody not paying no attention.
Mm-hmm. I did see
I was there. I would have been on the dance floor with him. Because what are you guys doing? What are you doing? I guess I love to dance or whatever. And it's not even like, oh, I love Chris Brown. I need to be up there dancing with Chris Brown. I like Chris Brown. He's cool or whatever. He's a good artist, great dancer. But what y'all, everybody's like on their phone. My nigga, I'm on a dance floor too. Let's dance.
He's just trying to liven the place up.
Girl, he didn't. He didn't. They Ghost City. I remember in the early 2000s, we ain't had no phone or social media like that. Like it was just like real authentic vibes. Like that's when the human experience was way better than what it is now. We could go back
the screen now.
Go back to the beginning of time. Man, now it's just social media. You gotta post this, you gotta look a certain way, you gotta act a certain way, you gotta have this. It's just so much trying to keep up with media. So that's why I don't.
People try to be other people so much they forget who the hell they really are for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they forget that people know them outside of social media. Like, you don't act like that for real.
Right.
So,
but you just have to, social media is something that you have to be able to use to your advantage and use in a good way. Because a lot of people use it in a negative way or whatever. So I don't look at social media as something bad in general because that's how I make my money. That's how I market. That's how I get my clients and customers. So, do what you got to do, but don't get stuck in that world.
True.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You should use social media as a tool, and that's what it is. Like, yeah. I feel like it's used to market certain things, but the take of it is like, or the turn of it is, people are using it to market like their life, emotions, and shit like that. When I don't feel like it's like, yeah, it's social, but it's not as, it shouldn't be as social as people make it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like,
yeah, and
there's no way like you should, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be on Facebook talking about like your relationship. I don't feel like that, or any social media platform.
I agree.
You feel me?
I agree. And it's so crazy because like we are so accustomed to social media that when we get in front of each other in real life, we don't say nothing.
We still be on our phones like.
And we'll have a conversation with someone on social media like we know each other, but once we see each other, it's like
you forget how to actually communicate to a person in front of you,
and that's messing with a lot of our communications as well. Like it's a life outside of social media.
That's true.
Social media is the new outside.
It is.
Social media is the new outside.
Hey, I remember when social media first started, we were just posting just to post. Like it was not even no judgment. Like it wasn't trying to impress. We were just posting just because social media was there. And we just posting MySpace, having our picture, music, or whatever. And now it's just so social media became a whole world. Whole world.
Like I remember back like wow, this has been like when Twitter first came out and like we used to just tweet stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was a thing. Like we used to use like try to get our tweet count up. Like, man, I want to have over 10K tweets. So we just be tweeting stuff. Like it don't even got nothing pertaining to nothing. I remember one time I just like used social media and just like tweeted the alphabet, but like the alphabet on 26 different tweets. Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't see nobody doing that stuff now. It's just like
what's wrong?
Like,
I feel
it's so sad because a lot of the young people are, committing suicide because of social media.
Social media.
Like it's crazy. Social media has so much power.
And
I think that's what I'm so like nervous about too, like being a new parent. Like you know what I'm saying? Like because like the world now is so digital. And, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta watch because like, you know what I'm saying? Then like at that age, like kids are so like they're gonna absorb so much. And you're not gonna be able to like watch everything they doing when they got like their devices. You're not gonna be able to control everything.
Right. That's another reason why I'm afraid to bring a child in this world, because
this world is scary.
This society now, baby.
It's okay.
I mean, it ain't gonna get no better. So I mean,
it ain't.
You gotta do it sooner than later. I'm just joking.
But if I do have a child, I just gotta do the best I can, like our parents did. They did the best they could.
That's all you can do is just do the best and just pray and hope for the best. Like, you know what? Keep that protection around your kids, like, cause the shit is crazy.
And definitely teach them before the streets teach them.
Yeah, most. Well, you had a tea in the streets. You got something you want to share or something that's going on in the world?
Not really. My only tea in the streets is it's peak season. I don't know. What's for real. I don't really know what's going on. Like, okay. My last tea in the streets was I think I logged on social media and saw like Lori Harvey turning down Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Don't value the black man. Tea for the street, she for the street. So like,
not she for the streets.
She is.
I ain't know about that relationship. All I can say, like, it was some miscommunication. Hell, clearly he thought one thing and she wanted another.
Girl,
it's communication somewhere.
You about to propose to me and I told you I didn't want to get married.
Yeah, like,
or ain't no way I'm gonna propose to you and we don't talk about marriage.
The world, we would never know. It ain't our business to know. But hey.
No, she would have known. She was somebody else. I don't know.
I think she is.
She for the streets.
That's Steve Harvey daughter. She don't play.
Yeah, she thinking like a man, and you see what that gets you, right?
Oh.
So that's how y'all think. Okay.
Talk about. No, it's not that. That's how we think about it. But I mean, you got to think about what she just did for her life, man. She probably gonna be single for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say single, but she probably not gonna have any meaningful relationship for the rest of her life. You feel me? Because other men see that, and it's just like somebody trying to be serious with you, and
they gonna know. Like, well, I know you.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
Well, maybe she'll learn and grow from it.
Facts, but it's like social media. Social media don't forgive and forget. They might forget when something new come back, but they gonna always remember. Remember that time when you proposed to you. You said no.
When the news came out, I did see a whole bunch of other tweets, like, and memes and stuff. Like when their relationship ended, they was like, well, pretty much they added him to the list, and they just had a list of everybody that she was talking to. Like like y'all said, they ain't forgot. Social media is not gonna forget.
They don't. Give them a reason to. They going to. Give her
I,
a reason.
me
Give
her,
her a reason.
she just need to, her next relationship, whatever she get in, she just need to be private. Don't mention nothing to nobody.
It's not going. Her next relationship is not going to be a what's the word? They like a relationship that everybody be seeing all the time. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. It's not. Yeah, you say it's not going to be like a celebrity or anything. It's got to be like a regular dude. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's too late. Like any dude that's like, if you're on social media and you see this, like it's over. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what Steve Harvey teaching her, but nah, I'm serious. I even saw Steve Harvey was on like one of his shows talking about like Lori dating Michael B. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? He finally happy she got a good dude and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, whoa. She for the streets, man. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that like like no man is gonna want to have a meaningful relationship with her no more.
That's crazy.
Very. So y'all
think different. So you think different?
You said what? I don't like.
You think different?
Yeah.
I feel like she has the opportunity to, if she allows herself, I feel like she has the opportunity to grow. And I do feel like it's someone out there for everyone. Granted, it may not be easy. She may have to go through multiple relationships before she even find that person to where, like, you know what, that's willing to take her serious. So if she's willing to grow and learn from the mistakes that was made in the past, whether it be from her or her person, then I do believe she's able to find somebody. She will find.
I think that what she wanted out of that relationship is not what Michael B. Jordan wanted. They wanted two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And she just got to be clear in her next relationship. Like, this is what it is and this is what it's not. Like, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And then the guy have to understand that and don't cross that boundary of what she want or don't want, unless y'all like communicating, or she be like, okay, so, you know, unless y'all communicate about it otherwise. So I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know what transpired between them. So that's just like my perspective. Like,
now I'm kind of curious of why like all her other relationships ended.
Right. Same.
Was she with like Future and who else she was with?
A whole bunch of other people.
I'm gonna say it was a lot of. I ain't gonna lie.
Was she with Diddy? No. Yeah.
I thought she was with Diddy and Diddy's son, right? She was with both of them.
Yeah, I think she.
You know what?
Lori doing what she want to do.
I said Lori just say, you know what? Fuck it. She really just said fuck it.
Bro.
She just said. Just said.
Ooh, child.
We just gonna let Lori live her life.
Do you, Lori? Y'all ain't got time.
Right, because it's a lot, sis. All right, so y'all, that's what's tea in the streets. We're gonna move on to phase 5. Let me put you on.
Let me put you on to something new. Boom, boom, boom.
Let me put it.
Keep putting us on too.
I recently just heard it. I don't know how long it's been out, honestly, but Brent Faison. Am I saying his last name right? Brent. Faison. However y'all say his last name. I just listened to his album Wasteland. It is dope. It's a whole vibe. I always like his music, but this album is definitely a whole vibe. He did his big one with that one.
I haven't listened to it yet.
That's a whole bad.
Okay, I'm gonna take a listen this weekend and see what is on or whatever. So my let me put you on is this new business that I discovered. They just started and just open up the Real Effect 360 photo booth company that is servicing in Georgia and South Carolina. So if you need a 360 photo booth, make sure you go on Instagram to Real Effect 360 and book. You go on Instagram or Facebook, Real Effect 360. And make sure you book with the Real Effect 360 photo booth and get your photo booth on at your next event. Okay. Okay.
Hey, I got to put the listeners on something.
Yeah.
Put them on a song, even if it's your music, whatever.
Oh,
Only your music.
yeah, I'm
Whatever.
gonna put y'all on to 1409 podcast,
Okay. Yes.
and we ain't recorded in a while, but we're gonna get back to it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But we still got some episodes out there, and social independence.
Period. Yes.
I'm gonna put you on. That's what I'm putting everybody else.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
I'm gonna be working on that for real. I'm gonna be working on that.
Thanks.
I feel like it's all right. Start like this right here. Like you can start like this. Let's take a break off social media.
I do my monthly breaks.
Yeah, you can start, and then but when you take that break from social media, you gotta like everything in the universe it has to fill a space.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Social media takes up X amount of space in your life without you even knowing it, right? So when you take that break, find something else to fulfill that space.
Okay, yes.
And then you will start feeling yourself to grow and know what else you can like use it for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
That's just
for hours and hours, because for what?
Listen, I done caught myself plenty of times like, now you know you've been sitting here for too goddamn long just scrolling.
And here's my problem. I'll take a social media break and I'll be good. Like I'm not paying social media attention. But once I get on and scroll that one day, it's like the next day I gotta do the same thing.
yeah. So like if you take that break, let's say like if you've been saying like you want to start a business to do something, you know what I'm saying? Once you take that break, you can fulfill that time in with research, like researching your new business ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just
right.
stuff like that. I know like with me, like I think my biggest like what got me to the point, like I've been rapping for a minute, but I wanted to get like better with producing to where I can actually like so like I just took a break from like social media and just like did like a research with music, went back to school, music and shit like that, and just like dug in deep into music. And then it's like now I don't really be missing social media. I mean, I still go on it, but I don't be like missing it or like need the urge to like go in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if social media shut down today, I'd be okay. I don't think everybody could say that.
No, people will lose their marbles because some people make money from social media. Okay, that's their only income is social media.
It's the new outside. It's the new outside. They be scrolling down at night and day. They be strolling down at night and day.
Well, we waiting for that song.
Okay.
Well, y'all hear somebody
If
make
you
that
need a
parody,
feature,
you know
just
what I'm
hit me
saying?
up. You know, I rap and sing.
Need to hit my girl up, Danny K. She's a rapper and singer. She be on it.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
You for real?
Yes.
You gotta share me your information.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Link up. I'm always willing to work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Gotcha.
You got some stuff out?
No.
Any platform?
I'm a behind the scenes artist.
Are you a ghostwriter?
Yeah. I sing behind the scenes. I rap behind the scenes. I ain't gonna see me doing that.
Tell me why you laughing?
She crazy.
She capping.
Nah, my girl, she writes and she sings. She behind the scenes though.
We do have to work on our intro song because we supposed to have like an intro song for our podcast, but it's just so hard trying to find people. So I think I'm gonna do it myself.
Okay, y'all, we're gonna move on to
the next phase in our life,
which is a game.
We
play Would You Rather? So y'all got some options.
What do you
mean? Y'all want me to start?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah.
So would you rather have a key that opens any door or a get out of jail free card.
A key that opens any door.
Yeah, let me get that key because I ain't planning on going to jail. Let me get that
Girl, and don't.
do you know what I can?
But
I can
hey, wait, if I go to jail with the key that opens anything, I can get out of jail.
Listen, okay.
that key.
Let me get that key to the motherfucking city.
Listen, let me go and get that key.
Ooh, okay. Definitely give me that key. All right, so
You got one?
would you rather be a genius with poor social skills or have off the charts emotional intelligence?
Say that one again.
Would you rather be a genius with poor social skills or have off the charts emotional intelligence? I'm gonna pick the off the charts emotional intelligence.
Yeah, I was about to say, off the charts emotional intelligence because
I don't have to be a genius, but I do want my social skills to be good because you need good social skills for business.
Need so for anything.
So
yeah, I agree with that.
I rather be a genius with poor social skills. Because if you know what I'm saying, geniuses hire people for stuff they're not good at. So I could just hire somebody for my off the charts. I could hire y'all for my off the charts emotional.
Period. That's dope. Okay.
I feel that.
Yes.
You got would you rather?
I'm trying to think. Would you rather have second chance at love with somebody you felt like you didn't love right, or a second chance at love with someone new?
Someone new.
Wait. Have second chance at love with someone new?
Mm-hmm.
Have second chance at love with someone you didn't love right, or who didn't love you right?
We're both like, y'all didn't love each other right. You feel like y'all didn't love each other right. Well, no, you didn't love them right. You feel like you didn't love them right.
I'm gonna go with somebody new.
I might say with someone I didn't love right, because me being the person I am, it's a lot of work trying to learn somebody new and trying to love somebody new. Like, that's so much. So I'm assuming that I didn't love them right, and I was being very selfish or something like that. That's what I'm assuming. So I'm gonna take a second chance at loving you right and being grateful and thankful for you.
I'll say taking a second chance at love with someone you didn't love right, because a lot of times we don't love ourselves right.
Oh,
we don't give ourselves a second chance at ourselves. We try to become someone new. You know what I'm saying? And try to, so.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel both that. Yeah, give me somebody new.
Somebody new?
Because I'm looking at it like, you know what, even though I was in a situation where I didn't know how to love that person right, it also taught me a lesson in the same sense. It taught me how to love myself more and love people the right way. So yeah, I rather
when you do get to that level with your next partner, you can love them right until you took advantage of the last one, right? That's what you're trying to say?
Say that one more time.
I say when you do get to your next partner, you learn from your past experience of not loving your last partner right. So now you like, okay, I didn't love this partner right, but I'm gonna love this partner right.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it like a lesson. You know what? That's what I gotta do. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. But like you said, it is hard, and it takes a lot of energy to learn somebody new. That takes a whole lot. So I always used to say I ain't trying to do that shit. I ain't trying to keep doing that shit. But in this situation, would you rather? Yeah, let me go and do that. We're gonna do that.
But see, you gotta think about it like this too, though. Your second chance at loving the person that you didn't love right it is gonna be like loving a new person.
Mm,
Because you're gonna be loving from a different perspective.
true.
So would you rather throw all that knowledge away and all that emotional gain that you got with that person just to say, oh, I learned so much from him. I'm gonna try it on this person. You know what I'm
Right. That's
saying?
so much.
That is, hey, you put it that way. I get it. I get it.
Love me and leave me. That's the story of my life.
Story of my life. But it won't happen again, see.
I got some butcher.
But-
Sound like crazy. Bridges
My next one is would you rather have a rich friend or a loyal friend?
Give me a rich friend. Only if you give me some of that money. Let me stop. But a rich friend or a loyal friend, I want a rich loyal friend.
I feel that.
But I don't know. It depends. Because I could have a rich friend, but I don't benefit from that. But if I have a loyal friend, I know you got my back, and you probably could put me in a situation where I could get rich. Dang. What y'all think?
I'm gonna say that is a tough one. Honestly, okay, when it comes to I'm gonna say loyal.
I think I want to do rich.
And I don't
Because if you got money, show me how to get money. Because when
that's
I get money, you ain't gotta be loyal to me. I'm gonna have some other loyal friends.
baby.
Oh, well, you a superstar already, and you don't even know me.
I know, right?
Already. You're ready for the world.
That's I'm kind of torn between the two. I want both. Let me get both. But honestly, let me get the loyal friend though. Cause hell, me and my loyal friend, we gonna learn how to make money together. We both gonna be rich.
True.
That's so
but
tough.
I know if I need $100 or $200 or $500 or $1,000, I could be able to ask you.
That's a tough one.
Like, listen, I got a business idea. You wanna invest in my business?
Exactly.
And see, that's what I was about to say. A lot of people are millionaires. They just don't have. They have millionaire ideas, but they just don't have the funds to do it.
Right. So I'm looking at a business in a come up perspective. Like, you don't gotta be loyal to me. That's like having a business partner or something like that. Like, just doing business. Like, you don't gotta be loyal to me, but let's make this money.
Let's make this money.
Be loyal to the business. Yeah.
Be loyal to business.
Right.
Man, you know what? I got to the point, like, I don't be trying to be politically correct about shit. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty don't pay the bills. I'm sorry. Let's get to this cash.
And I'm thinking now, like, in the situation I am now, I have loyal friends now, and I'm struggling. You know what I'm saying? But if I have a rich friend, clearly you getting money by something. You have a business, or you inherit it from your parents or grandparents. It's something. You know something that I don't know, and I need to know that so I get this bag, like, or even like invest in me, like. We could do business, sign contracts, whatever. Like, because I have loyal friends now.
I feel like you can't like put those on the same scale, because like loyalty is like a play on the emotions, but like money like plays on. It's like asking you, would you rather somebody supply you with emotions, or would you rather somebody supply you with opportunities? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got a friend, it's some kind of relationship and some kind of, you know what I'm saying, emotions there. So it's like asking, like, would you rather somebody supply you with emotions or supply you with opportunities?
Right.
And it's kind of like,
I think we all can agree, Alex. We're gonna take rich friend for 200.
Nothing against all my lawyer friends, all my day ones. I love y'all, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? But back like 4 flats on the Cadillac.
Your friend, I'm gonna introduce you to the rich friend. Come on, we all about to make investments here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another. Would you rather?
All right, I got one more. Would you rather work a job you hate for a ton of money or one you love making not much at all?
The old me would have said the job I hate. With new me? No, I'm just joking. No, I ain't gonna say it's all. It ain't all about the money because it is, but it's more than the money.
I'm gonna take the job that I love because I don't want to be miserable at a job. I know, like I gotta live and I gotta make ends meet, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be unhappy at a job. I don't want to go into a job every day and I'm unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
You be spending your money in therapy.
Yeah, so I'd rather do something that because I'm gonna get to where I need to be. I'm gonna turn my business to where I'm making money. So
for me, I feel like we're gonna have a struggle in either or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like we're gonna be stressed. Like I'm doing what I love, but it's like it's not paying the bills for real. Or I make a lot of money.
I ain't look at it like that.
I hate this shit. So I'm just looking at I'm gonna make this money and hate this shit, but I'm gonna have an exit strategy. Like I ain't gonna be doing this shit forever.
True. I feel like
I'm gonna use the money I'm making, invest, flip that shit. What it do?
Yeah, I feel you on that. I ain't looked at it from that perspective. I would definitely, now that you say it, I would definitely have a job I hate that's paying the money.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I'm working a job now that I don't like, and I'm doing that to fund my business. I don't plan to be here now. I have an exit strategy, so when I do get to where I need to be by the end of the year, bitch, I'm quitting that shit. And now I'm just focused on what I love doing.
See, yeah, you definitely make a good point because hell, I always say I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5.
And then
I've been patience doing 9 to 5 because I'm looking at like I gotta do what I gotta do to support my own business, to fund my own business. So hell, yeah, I feel that.
And I think it's gonna provide a lifestyle that I want.
Cause period.
I ain't living no shoebox.
So y'all, we're gonna move on to the next phase, which is questions. I checked the email. We don't got no questions yet. If y'all listening to this, whenever y'all listen to this, we do have a giveaway. The first person to email us, ask us questions or give us a topic, we'll win a giveaway. So y'all make sure y'all do that. Email us, DM us, so you can win the giveaway.
Don't forget.
Hey.
Don't forget. So we're gonna move right along to phase 8, which is the quotes. My quote is never give up on your dreams.
Just never give up.
Don't do it. Keep going.
That job that you don't like, but you making extra money. Don't forget about your dreams.
That's gonna push you.
My quote is my judgment on you is my judgment on myself.
I like that. I like that.
I got that from my girl Lauren London in her interview. She's like, my judgment on you is my judgment on myself, and that's why she don't judge.
It's hard to follow them 2 quotes up, man.
Or that's the reason why people judge you, because their judgment on you is their personal judgment on themselves.
My quote is y'all 2 quotes put together.
Period. Period.
My quote says, learn from your mistakes and other people's mistakes.
So y'all, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Thank you, Guala from 1409 Podcast for joining us tonight.
Yes, most
appreciate it. Before we go, let everybody know where they can follow you, follow the podcast, all that good stuff, listen to your music.
Sure, man. Y'all can follow the podcast on everywhere y'all get your podcasts at 1409 Podcast. Follow my boy, my co-host, KT on IG at 843 Ambassador. And you can follow me everywhere at Guala Meets World.
And y'all can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube at Faces of You and I. I feel like I'm missing one. Those all of yeah. On all social media, Faces of You and I. And follow me at Sammy Soul, the number 2. Danny. Follow Danny at Danny K.
DANIKAII on everything, period.
So y'all, thank y'all for joining in and listening with us. It was a good episode. Talked about a lot. So until next time, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.